Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Emrat and we are playing some Ashe LeBlanc today. If you guys know and have been around for a while, I love the Frostbite archetype, but this one's leaning a little bit more onto the reputation side of things. Obviously there is a lot of overlap, but I saw this on Boki's Twitch stream a while ago, and I thought I'd give it a try. He did, I don't remember a specific record, I only kind of like checked at his page on the master tracker for a little bit, but he had a pretty good win rate with it, so I figured we'd give it a try, since I love this deck archetype so much in the champions. Some of the interesting cards that I don't usually run a ton of in my Frostbite decks are Avaros and Trapper. I usually only run like a copy, but I think 2 copies is pretty solid. The 1 mana 5/5 can be really good, I think, especially in the current meta. There are a lot of decks where that can be a pretty efficient blocker, or like kind of help stabilize against an aggro deck, right? Like dropping a 1 mana 5/5 on turn 4 is so good, because it'll just let you keep up resources for other things like your Troll Chance or your freezes, while also having an insanely big blocker that's hard for them to deal with. A new card that I haven't actually played before, Brutal Skirmish. Destroy an enemy's equipment, and now and then enemies strike each other. That's pretty good removal. For example, you can use this on your LeBlanc to kill Aatrox, which is pretty interesting. But preferably, we have 3 Culling Strikes as our main form of removal, which obviously goes really well with our freezes, as well as can just straight up kill some of the other meta cards like Ezreal and Seraphine. And on the list, we have 3 copies of Trifarian Assessor, 3 copies of Whispered Words, and 3 copies of Arrows and Hearthguard. I usually run like Assessor as a 2 of, no Whispered Words, and maybe like 1 or 2 copies of Arrows and Hearthguard. So definitely a little bit of a shake up there in what my normal deck lists run when I try to run like the Frostbite archetype. And then the top end is also very interesting. Reckoning is a card that I've had a lot of fun with before in this archetype, but I'm not sure how good it'll be at the moment. I'll have to like figure out the windows for it, because I'll kill all units with 4 or less power. That's usually not going to be super great against like the Aatrox decks. Usually this stuff will have equipment. So it'll kill like Vayne, which is important. But once they get their Darken on the battlefield, Reckoning will be hard to use unless we kind of combo off almost something in like Harsh Winds into Reckoning, or Ashe's Crystal Arrow into Reckoning. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out, because I think it'll be a fun card and pretty good in a lot of matchups. But overall, I'm just excited to give this deck a try. I really, really love these champions, and yeah, I've had struggles lately convincing myself to grind off camera, because I don't know, I want to play Kayn, Aatrox, and all that, or not Kayn, Aatrox, Aatrox, Vayne, Quinn, kind of to like try to get good at it. But I don't know if I don't know. For some reason, I'm always hesitant to play the meta deck when it's so busted. Even though I don't know why, it's just like some weird misconception I have in my head, right? Like if I'm actually trying to climb, I should just play like a really good deck. But it's not my favorite deck ever. It's a fun deck, but it's not my favorite deck ever. I'd rather play stuff like this, or Ezreal Seraphine, so we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see if... because I had a good success with Frostbite the last time I played it. So it'll be interesting to see how this does, because I think it could have a good matchup. For example, right here, I'm probably going to go... like, we could just freeze this. I was thinking... I think I might just freeze this now, save the 3 damage. Right, we save 3 damage if we play Ice Veil Archer right now. So I think I'm going to go for that. But I was thinking we could go Glory Seeker now, and open into Glory Seeker next turn. Or open into Ice Veil Archer next turn, so that it doesn't kill our Glory Seeker. We can still Brittle Steel it if we need to. But I'm really glad we drew a second Ice Veil Archer. I feel like that'll be pretty big. I will pass here, I think. Kind of stopping them from developing is important for us, while we can kind of keep up the threat of the Ice Veil or the Glory Seeker for later on. That guy's a little chunky. How do we kill him? I feel like running a Brutal Skirmish here is a little bit sketchy. I guess we'll run Ice Veil Archer first, right? And then Brutal Skirmish, because we develop a threatening board now. And we can Brutal Skirmish our 5/1 into the Ancient Yeti, because I spent a considerable amount of mana to develop him here. And I'm not sure if they run many pump spells. No, they run stuff like Might. But if they run Might or Elixir of Wrath right here to trade, I think we're happy with that, because it doesn't keep the Ancient Yeti alive. And if they use a Troll Chant, we can just send the Glory Seeker after the Ancient Yeti again next turn. Although, in hindsight, maybe we should have saved Brutal Skirmish for when they have Bone Club. Maybe we should have just been like, we'll take a little bit of damage here. Or maybe just develop Icefall Archer and then just pass. Okay, they just go for Chill Chant. I'll take the trade if they attack with the 3-1. This is actually a very interesting Troll Chant that has stopped us from getting the reputation trigger from Glory Seeker. Triple Icefall Archer is kind of an interesting draw here. They're obviously very good cards in the matchup, but we're not progressing towards our game plan. Like, we're not getting our reputation leveled up. Oh, my game just froze. Hello? What happened? Okay, we're here. We're good. We're good. I wonder if that happened on our opponent's end too, if that was just me. We don't have an easy way to freeze this Ancient Yeti. We'd have to use a Troll Chant. Wouldn't do it. We don't have like a straight up freeze. Depending on what they have here, I might be willing to spend a Troll Chant on the Ruthless Raider. Okay, I'll just resolve this. I'd rather not fight over that because they're going to get more threatening units in the battlefield soon. I really don't want to play Icefall Archer here. They're going to have Darius next turn, possibly. And we just don't have much else going on. This is what I mean. Reckoning's looking kind of silly. It's going to take a while for us to get Reckoning set up very well. Obviously, it's kind of just like a bad draw. We just don't have any of our 5 power units. And I don't think we're ever going to keep our Glory Seeker alive just for the sake of trying to pull off a Reckoning at some point. We could just take this block. We take 3. Which I think is... No, I think we use Brittle Steel here, right? I mean, at this point, we're like saving health. But again, what's our progression plan here? I think we're already kind of just in a top deck war. Or at least we're hoping for top decks. Ram-Fang Wolf could be good, but we just don't have enough freezes to set it off quite yet. So I guess we're probably looking for Ashe or LeBlanc. Okay, that does something. We can start getting LeBlanc leveled up, which is good. So now, actually, what do they play here? If they play Darius, he won't be anywhere near leveled. So I think we'll just attack with LeBlanc here. Then what? They just block with the Fallen Reckoner? I guess we could just end the round. I'm not opposed to that right now. Harsh Winds is really good. I'll check you here. And I'll Troll Chant here. What's happening to my internet? Is this the servers? I don't know if anybody's watching this. Could you let me know what's going on? Like, is this... What? Is my game not even like open now? What's going on here? I hope this isn't on my end. Okay, here we go. I don't know what that was all about. And we still have another Troll Chant if we need to, if they have like... Or if they have Elixir of Wrath. What do we do? Not Elixir of Wrath, sorry. What's the +8/+4? Battle Fury? I think it's Battle Fury. Rolling Death. Okay. Well, I'll just Troll Chant you. And LeBlanc's gonna be doing... Oh no, they don't fight each other. That's right. I don't want to commit Killing Strike because they still have Fury, or what's the card? Battle Fury. I don't know why I keep forgetting that card name. Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna Frostbite them, I think. Our Ashe is good and leveled at this point. We've traded all of our resources back and forth. The cool thing is if we can kill this Fallen Reckoner now, it won't keep the Battle Fury buffs, right? So, I'm not quite sure how we're gonna force that though. Oof, oof. One card draft feels really bad, but I kinda guess we have to go for it, huh? Hope to find Ashe or something. That's pretty good. Now we have two things offering a trade onto the Fallen Reckoner. And another freeze is really good. I guess we probably have to save this for Darius though at this point. We still have enough health that Darius won't be leveled. They could have like a Bone Club, that'd be pretty bad. Do we even want to fight this? Like if we swing in here, and they have a bunch of pump spells, we have one card. I'll swing in here. I'll offer the trades because it's better for us offensively to trade than defensively, so they can't push any overwhelm damage. It's a little bit risky though because we're obviously like losing our only blockers. But like this guy's only blocking 1 damage on defense, so I'd rather try to trick them into a trade almost, or even like potentially get this into Brittle Steel range. Or if they don't offer the trade at all, and we're happy because we just get to save our 3 sisters for defense. I also should have switched LeBlanc where she attacks because this 7 damage would have leveled her. Oh wow, you know what? No, this only comes in ally 5 power. Okay, well let's go. I don't think I want to fight the 3 sisters here. Because if they open attack, we're pretty happy. If they have a second Battle Fury, I guess that feels pretty bad. We'll have the block with LeBlanc. If they slam Atrox here, we'll be able to do... No, we won't be able to do Reckoning plus freeze. Okay. Hold on, we have 7 mana. That's just enough. So sorry, I was like doing the mental math. I think we probably killed Darius, right? Because Fallen Reckoner is going to attack and put us down to... Ah, jeebers, that's a ton of damage. We have to kill Darius. If we kill this, it just they just play as the Risen Reckoner for an extra 6 overwhelm damage, and our LeBlanc can't block. And it would be an exact ephemeral copy of LeBlanc, so it wouldn't be able to block either. So that's our only option there. Nice. It's pretty good. Unfortunately... I'll copy LeBlanc first, so we have an easy block before we have to play Ashe out. Oh shoot. That's a little unfortunate. And Reckoning doesn't do much here. Ashe came a little late. If we had Crystal Arrow, this turn would be really good, but unfortunate. I guess we burnt too many Racers early in the game. And my only other thought is, like, what would we do differently there if we play Fury of the North in order to kill the Risen or the Fallen Reckoner earlier in the game when they played Battle Fury, and then we attack the next turn. Again, if we do that, they just play Darius, and we don't have any way to deal with Darius, and they just play the Risen Reckoner. And at that point, they have Risen Reckoner plus Darius plus the freeze, or plus the stun, I should say. So we're kind of in trouble either way at that point. I think it was probably just a mishandling of our early resources. Like, be more willing to just take some extra early damage on the early turns to save our Ice Veil archers for later in the game. Victor Seraphine, that's actually really interesting. So in that case, I think these two cards are going to be really good to like help grind out the game, because Spirits Unleashed will make it very difficult for them to kill our stuff. The extra 1 health just kind of draining their resources. Reckoning's also interesting. I'll just play Spirits Unleashed this turn, because they don't have any way to deal with it. Like, they don't have any signposts or anything. Oh shoot, that's actually really bad. That needs to die right now. They're probably gonna have spells to save it, but I'd like to kill it. Oh, I forgot to post on Twitter that I'm alive. So I'm gonna be doing that real quick. I hope right now like this doesn't cut out the audio. I'm not actually sure if it does. Let me check. It does cut out the audio for you guys. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll wait for there to be a little less action in the game. Okay. Sorry about that. I promised I would help get some notifications out so people could come watch the stream live. Okay, here we go. What's the best play here? Does Rimefang Wolf ever live? Is it just Ashe? I feel like 4 health is probably pretty easy for them to kill here. So in that case, I probably want to play... do I want to play one of our 3-mana units? I'll play LeBlanc. They're gonna... Oh man, I feel like 3 damage is probably pretty easy for them to kill. We need to go after the assembly bot. If that thing gets out of hand, maybe it's not the end of the world. We can deal with assembly bot later on with like a freeze plus Rimefang Wolf, I suppose. Okay. Now if we run into this, if they have like a Mystic Shot, we can't kill it. So do we want to give them time and like to find more answers? I'll make them waste removal now. Or waste cards now. Yeah, like I don't know what we're supposed to do there that turn. Now it's down to 1 health, which is interesting, so it can be vulnerable to a Brittle Steel. I think we only run 1 copy of Brittle Steel though. And like we take a ton of damage from that. I just don't know how else we're supposed to develop there. I'll play Hearthguard now. This is going to be a huge unit for them to deal with. Grants all our units obviously have the buff. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana next turn. So we won't be able to play a Reckoning very easily here. Although it'd be very good if we could go like Ice Veil Archer into Reckoning. So maybe it's just Ice Veil Archer plus Ashe. I'm a little sad we don't have any spells in our hand. Like a Troll Chain or a Freeze or something. This guy's huge. Rats, okay. And then I think we just swing in with both of them. Cool. Okay, happy with that. Is there any way for us to set up a decent Ice Veil Archer, or a decent Reckoning I should say, without Ashe? This Ever Ocean Trapper being so huge is actually... Oh, it's one of those stacks. I see how it is. Kill all units with 4 or less power. With 4 or less. So we're going to be losing our Icefield Archer if we do this. Both our Icefield Archers. So what if we play LeBlanc first? We won't have enough mana. Do we just develop our own board? And then freeze next turn? I think so. Because then we'll have so many 5+ power units. They're going to lose some of their people. So like, how do we kill this assembly bot? Is it kind of just one of those things we have to let it go and whittle it down in combat and just try to freeze Victor next turn into a Reckoning? That would have been brutal if they got Challenger, by the way.
I hate having to put my face on.
Sure. Okay. I'm pretty happy to go Icefield Archer here onto Victor. Into Reckoning. Nice. I'm pretty happy with that. That is one card. We're not running Scorched Earth, are we? That's another card I usually think I run at least a copy of. But, maybe not. Maybe I don't in the Ashe LeBlanc decks. But it's obviously good against stuff like Back Alley Bar. Sure, that's fine. I will swing on with everything here. Just get this weak. Because they're forced to block soon with it. And we can just kill it eventually, hopefully. We have some draw coming up soon. Wow, it's a lot of damage they're taking. We also took a lot of damage, though. We'll end the round. This is also setting up for another really good Reckoning. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Victor, heck yeah. Into a freeze. That counts. We'll just play Ashe, though.
All the world on one arrow.
I'll draw here. I don't need to pass for any reason. Just make sure we use all our mana.
We're gonna make them
Oh.
afraid of us.
Sure. Again, I think we're fine to develop. They're not going to be attacking this turn. Sure. Ashe is 4 mana, right? What? What kind of stinks? I guess we're kind of... What are the odds they have another pink spell? I don't want to risk it. We're forcing them to block with everything next turn. So if Ashe is just 4 mana, we can play a Rose and Hearthguard plus Ashe afterwards. Also, what if we just... Oh, whenever you play any... It's not like once per turn. So is it worth it to just rip Reckoning? That's so good. What if we just open attack? How do they deal with it? We're going all in here. And 4 health now. That means the 3 damage Victor spell can't stop it. Okay, you have no blockers. You have 2 cards in hand. Can you stop us? Shoot! What the heck is that? You kidding me? We just got punished so hard.
Now you're about to hear me.
I think our only chance at this point is that they have to lose their whole board. Unbelievable.
I want you angry.
Okay. We don't lose any of our units, right? So we're still pretty good. But that's actually really fun that they were able to save every single... or get every unit back into blocking. That's so funny. Second back alley bar, okay. I'll just slam our next Eberus and Hearth card here. Crystal Arrow is also pretty good. What? So we lose Ashe. But Ashe is dead anyways. I'm just going to preemptively freeze here. It makes it difficult for them to kill our other units, and so these guys will go away at the end of the round. If they slam a Victor or Seraphine, we can just play Reckoning. And there's a Yeti, that's really good. What the actual heck is going on here? Okay, so Reckoning doesn't do much at this point. That's so funny. I haven't seen that card in so long. That's so cool. It's kind of crazy. Like, that's actually going to be really good because it can kill one of our 5/3s and our champion. We kind of just have to let it go through. They walked around. Yep. Okay, we have 4 units. They only have 2. Can we win if we just open attack? Let's go. Okay, Seraphine does heal. They always last so much longer than you think they can, but... we got there. That was a fun game. Okay, this is the matchup I was really interested in checking out. I think I will keep Rhymefang Wolf and a Culling Strike. So in that case, do I want to keep Rhymefang Wolf? Because I'm keeping Rhymefang Wolf for the sole purpose of killing Vayne/Quinn. Okay. I'm pretty happy with this. And Ashe is really good.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
I'm never too upset on this deck to, like, lose a turn or 2 to tempo. Because we can we have to, like, end up saving our mana. Usually our deck really curves out hard, like 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop, 5 drop. And that just doesn't leave you for any room for mana. So not playing anything on turn 3 is usually okay with me. And so, like, in this case, for example, I don't particularly want to play LeBlanc into a challenger yet. Like, they could have Valor. So I'll wait for them to attack. If not, we just burn 1 mana, so it's not the end of the world. And if they fish fight here, are we sad? I think we are. I think we'll pass so we can keep up Troll Chant to save Ashe next turn. Because Ashe plus the Glory Seeker is really good. That's also fantastic. That can kill
On one arrow.
stop the Elkin or Valor or Fleet Feather Tracker later on. And I will attack no matter what. Even if they like offer the pass here. Probably, I think. I probably will. I think I should, because like it levels up our Ashe, and our Ashe level effect is really strong. And it's kind of like a free trade almost, because they only have so many bodies. We can deal with these guys pretty easily, like the 1 mana, 2 mana units. Once they get stuff like Aatrox on board, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to want to kill their board. I'll use Frost, the Brittle Steel here. It leaves Upchill Chant, as well as Brittle Steel can't affect their big champions. Like, it can't hit any of their champions, right? Or their big units. And so now we hopefully get a free attack here. That counts again as for level Ashe's level up, which is really good. And there's Vayne. So now I have to determine if we want to kill Vayne. I imagine they'll play an Equipment Hunter, so we probably won't be able to, unless we use like a freeze or something. So this turn we might just play Hearthguard. Get our units, try to like outscale them in the later game, which is difficult against Aatrox. We might just take some damage, right? Like, we're not too upset. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll let this attack go through. We'll play Hearthguard, and then if you want to risk running into our Troll Chant, be my guest. If you don't do anything, we just get to open attack with Glory Seeker. Maybe we wouldn't even open attack. Maybe we'd be good to develop. Condemn won't do anything. Because Condemn... Yep, we get to do this. Unless they have a second Condemn, that'd be a bit silly. Now they have to find an extra 2 damage. So I have to use a second Condemn. Okay. Was that was Vayne's Condemn. Okay, so they don't really have an easy way to get Vayne back soon, hopefully. And we have Lethal on the open attack, so if they don't play a card, we just win the game. Let's go. That was so bonkers good. That played out like exactly how I wanted it to. I definitely don't think our opponent should attack there. Quick attack is obviously tempting, but running into the Troll Chant is just backbreaking. But that's the thing, we always have it, right? Like, at some point in the game, you're going to have to attack into our combat tricks. All right, another rematch. I like it. Okay, probably just gonna go for the same strategy here. I don't think we need Ramping Wolf. We have a lot of good 3-drops. And I'd rather find our early cards, or like more impactful cards. Harshman's is good in late game, but I'd rather find stuff like Clunk Strike, so we can either kill Vayne or a frozen Aatrox. I'd rather find our Glory Seeker, things like that. Like, this hand's really, really slow. We kind of just hit too many of our spells. And so there's obviously like an argument to keep the Ramping Wolf. I usually think it's probably best to keep the Ramping Wolf. He's just such a good card in this deck. But my thought is, he's just so vulnerable as a 2/3. He can't really trade with much. He can't even block an Elkin once it has tough. Or like he can't kill it, I should say. And stuff like the Broadwing kills him. Well, I guess they would trade. So maybe it was always best to just keep the Broadwing. That's my thought of now. But again, it's the same thing as playing the Trapper on turn 3 as it is the Ramping Wolf on turn 3 as far as our mana goes. So that is like the one problem with this deck. You can kind of get run over in the early game. Yeah, go for it. Now, do we want a Calling Strike? Probably just Troll Chant, I think. Troll Chant, again, it's a nice card, but it can't freeze many of their threatening units to set up a Calling Strike. Or a Ramping Wolf. We probably just have to develop Ashe this turn. And the next turn we'll keep up freeze plus Calling Strike for their big units. And like right now, I'm not really interested in attacking with Ashe. Now I am. If they want to block, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Like take the loss on one of their units. We leveled our Ashe a little bit. Very happy with that. Very happy with that. Not even any damage on our Ashe. And we can even freeze this Ranger Knight Defector. So even if they play the Darken Harp on it, we're feeling really good. We can even go Enraged Yeti, which is obviously like fantastic. So we have enough for Brittle Steel and Three Sisters this turn. So even if they play Darken Harp on Valor and Fleet Feather Checker this turn, we can still get them. But I'd hope that they try to end up attaching it to the Ranger Knight Defector. They don't. And our Ashe will be leveled on turn start. So we'll be 2 damage short of lethal. But not bad. Oh really? Not even playing the Darken Harp. Oh, they don't have mana, of course. That's really good for us. Then I think we just let this go, probably. Really? Okay. In that case, I'm absolutely going to burn the freeze here. They don't have any mana. Our open attack will be really good. Even if we even want to open attack, I should say. We have leveled Ashe. We could just... we're going into turn 6, aren't we? So maybe we don't want to run to Aatrox. Well, no, it's not that bad, because we'll freeze everything. Freeze both their units, and then when we attack, Ashe will freeze it for free. Again, we don't have lethal, though. We're 1 damage short of lethal. I think I'm pretty happy to freeze here. They won't have many good blockers. Then if they play Aatrox, that'll be frozen as well. Oh, that's so good. That's lethal there. That only gives it 2 HP. Or 2 power, so I think we're good to develop. They can't fish fight. And it'll still freeze. If that's their only blocker. Or if they play a more threatening unit, we just get to kill it with Gore Seeker. I could do that. I guess it's a little bit of a punish, but that's fine. They're spending mana killing our 2-drop when they're under quite a lot of pressure elsewise, right? Don't know 1 HP. I don't know if there's an easy way for us to finish them off here. I guess we could hit like LeBlanc into wow, this is crazy. Sigil of Malice. Wow, this is actually really bad now. I think we need to threaten freezes. Okay. Please a freeze! Rats! Please a freeze! Oh my gosh, okay. That sucks. Well, I get to heal a ton then, that sucks. They only have 1 mana. I guess we can just get our Rhymefang Wolf set up next turn. Wow, without Ashe, we're feeling a lot more lackluster here. We used 6 cards, and we didn't get a Ashe or a freeze. Wow. I guess we could just go LeBlanc into Trifarian Assessor next turn. OMG, I finally made it to stream even though I can't really watch it on my internet. Good luck. Thank you, I appreciate it. It was nice seeing you. Glad that you were able to stop by. I even uploaded like the Twitter notification a little bit too late. I forgot about it. We'll just take this damage. We don't particularly care at the moment. That's a card. That's a card and a half. Again, we can't like kill them this turn. Because they'll still be able to block since we don't have Ashe on board. They can't play World Ender this turn, which is good. Okay, I'll just freeze you now, mister. And that should stop them from counting towards the World Ender level up, which is good. I guess they could have a catch into Dark and Harp would feel pretty bad. Dang. Now we can't kill Aatrox. Ah, man. Losing that Ashe felt really bad, huh? Oh wait, it's unequipped afterwards. That's right. That's right. Did we win? Not quite yet. But we get the Aatrox at least, right? They could play World Ender next turn. And then what do we do? I guess we try Fairy Assessor, hoping to find another freeze. Oh, that's pretty annoying. Wow, that really sucks. Okay, so they're just gonna... Oh no, they didn't play the Staradu. I wonder why. Oh, sure. I think we got there? I'm just going to draw cards. Frankly, you could have whatever else for 3 mana. Alright, GG! Let's go. I thought we lost that for a second when they played Valor. Because if they played Staradu, the Darken Harp, we wouldn't have been able to kill it with Killing Strike. We drew Troll Chain off the top, so we would have been able to anyway. But that's fun. That's a really fun matchup. I really enjoyed those past 2 games against Aatrox and Vayne. That was fun. This is another interesting matchup. We can kind of just like run over them, to be honest. I don't want to keep LeBlanc. LeBlanc is so good, but she's just a target for removal in this matchup when she only has 2 health. Yeah. Because I was thinking it'd just be so good of a curve. Like LeBlanc. And if we got the Arrows and Trapper down, and the Yeti, and the 5 mana that draws you for each 5 power unit you have, that'd be a really good curve. But it's just so weak to their removal. I'd rather play stuff like the Arrows and Trapper first into the Yeti, and then have that kind of be like 8 toughness on board that they have to deal with. And it's like, so far, passing turns 1 and 2 isn't the worst thing in the world. We still got all our mana backed up to save our units, kill their champions especially. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna go after that right now. If they want to burn 2 mana. Dealing 3 damage, are you kidding me? Well, in that case, I'll expend a Troll Chant. So then, if this goes through like this, they'll either have to spend another spell on just our Trapper, or take some damage. Cool, sounds good. Hopefully we hit our Yeti here. Okay, that's not bad either. I'm absolutely going to spam this first before they can play their created cards. Because LeBlanc, again, doesn't do much here. I'd rather get rid of their Victor while we still can than let Victor go into a problem and just develop LeBlanc who's going to get shot instantly. That would have been good last turn. Again, this is a difficult card for them to deal with, hopefully. I wanted to start building up our Whispered Words mana as well. I don't know. They don't have like a ton of units on board, so this 2-1's actually causing a little bit of a problem. If they can like use it to whittle down our units into spell range. Do I want to swing into the 3-2? I think I'll just leave it back for a more opportune time. Really? That's really bad for us. Our deck does not deal well with chump blockers. That's pretty good. Do we want to play the healthier LeBlanc second? Probably. Make the second one when they're running out of resources, as if Seraphine never runs out of resources. Make it a little bit tougher for them to kill it, I suppose. We could also try to Brutal Skirmish this turn. We have a ton of mana, we're not doing much else, I suppose, right? If we Brutal Skirmish Seraphine with a 5 health unit, it'll probably be pretty difficult for them to kill it. And if they do, we might be able to stick a LeBlanc. They're definitely going for units. Oh, seriously, that's so good for them. Seraphine's still a good way from being leveled up. But, I'd rather just get rid of her. Especially when it only deals 1 health to our Yeti. Still pretty difficult for them to kill. That's fine. We know that means they can just kill LeBlanc if we play the normal one. So I will play the buffed one first. Okay. Yeah, they just have so much removal. I mean, honestly, like stuff like the Hearthguard is going to be so huge for this matchup. I don't even think we play Hearthguard here. Or the Glory Seeker. I mean, what do we do? If we play the Glory Seeker, they can still probably just shoot most of our stuff. But if they kill LeBlanc first, then we can just play the second LeBlanc. We'll see how it goes. I think it's probably worth the risk. Sure. Well, now they're just going to shoot a second LeBlanc because they never used the second Death Ray. So I guess we just swing in. They could be setting up for a Caustic Rift, but okay. I don't even know if it's worth it to try to save it at this point. We're not using freezes any other time, right? So is it better to just draw or save our unit? Honestly, probably saving our unit is better because we'll get the reputation trigger afterwards and drawing will be cheaper rather than just drawing now. We don't need to draw now anyways, but our freeze really is not going to be useful except unless they get a super leveled up Victor, but we already killed 1 Victor, so it doesn't matter. Or for like stopping Ezreal from getting his trigger for the Mystic Shot. Troll Chain's nice. Okay, what can we hit here? I'd love to develop something before LeBlanc. That's not bad. That's not bad. Just drum solo. I'm just gonna play Reckoning here, honestly. How many Poros did they play? Plucky Poro. We can set up a lethal open attack. Maybe this was stupid. Maybe it was like irrelevant because we want to save Reckoning for their champions. But we're still pushing. We're pushing 15 damage on the open. And Ashe is 2 out of 4. Oh yeah, okay. They have so many units. Maybe that was dumb. I was thinking they wouldn't be able to get a ton of units afterwards, but I guess they'll have a lot more. Dang. I don't know. Was that a misplay? Maybe we could have just like... Well, I think it absolutely was a misplay. We should just pass... Like, we should just draw more cards and then develop ourselves on our turn in order to try to bait them out to draw more... Or play more of their units. So that was definitely misplayed. And this is obnoxious. They just get so many cards to do things. Round 8? They just played like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in one round. Are you kidding me? That's so funny. Another record. Okay, well we got bailed out a little bit. Jeepers, I don't even know what to do here. I guess this gets rid of their last blocker. And again, it kind of buffs up our whole deck, so it'll be harder for them to kill our stuff later on. Leveled Seraphine's probably the death of us. We can't kill her unless we draw like a Killing Strike. I don't know. I think I misplayed with that Reckoning for sure. Because there's a good chance they probably develop Seraphine in the next turn or two. And we can't even play Reckoning next turn. Rats, I threw so hard. I don't mind losing a game, but I hate losing when I know I'm the reason, like, for it. Like, I just threw so hard. Because, like, right now the Reckoning would be so much better, even if we had to, like, lose a little bit of extra damage earlier in the game. I mean, leveled Seraphine as well. We're probably just dead already, but we'll see what we can do here. Yoinks, okay. As long as we don't kill our 6/5 and we can stick a Reckoning. Oh man, they're going for it? That's unfortunate. Alright, GG. Well, I have to go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely learn from my mistakes. That was such a silly play. I was kind of getting super greedy, I guess, and like nothing but that. But yeah, Reckoning is much better later in the game against those decks. Yo, Imperator Frosh, thank you for the follow. That's the 50th follow, I believe. Thank you so much. Or 49 out of 50? We're getting close. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you've been playing any fun rogue decks lately. I really love finding decks like this that are not meme decks, but they're just like off-meta decks, kind of like roguish. I love it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. If you're on YouTube, come hang out on Twitch. I always love talking to you. And if you're on Twitch, I always love the VODs to YouTube in case you miss one. See you next time.